And we are live. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday, December 8th, 2:11 p.m. and about 7 degrees Celsius. There I am, just chilling at whatever the heck this park is called, but thanks for tuning in. I wasn't sure if I was going to go live today or not. I came out here to have brunch with a few friends, and I brought my camera with me. I was going to make a video, and I didn't really have any ideas, so I thought might as well go live. I see some people in the chat already. Philip, Farshid, Sally, Marge, Zach McNally, Lorraine, Simons Gordon, Mike Lar, Eva, Daniel Barry, Aiden Thompson McGuire, Mr. Sunjin, Drew. It was nice to meet you the other day, Drew, and Jennifer Haley. I'm going to get my gloves on, and then we're going to get moving here. It's certainly gotten a little bit colder than it was about an hour ago. Greetings, Michael Mills, Jillian Fox, Bruno Dessett, Paul Blunt, Santiago, and everyone else. So this is the Langford Parquet. I gotta put my phone here. I effing hate touch gloves. They do not work the way they're supposed to. Put my phone on portrait mode. There we go. So I don't know how long this live stream is going to be. We're in a familiar spot. I'm going to be walking west. Medano 1973 is here. Caroline's here. Thank you for tuning in. We are on Danforth, but I'm just going to keep going west probably all the way to Bloor Street. We'll probably be going to Bloor and Young. Beep boop. I'll show you guys where I went to brunch. And we'll check out the new square here in Greektown, well, the newly rebuilt square. We've got some Christmas decorations up. Well-used Danforth bike lanes. Jason says still no snow. It was snowing last night, actually. I went out to make a video, and it was snowing quite heavily where I live in Midtown. But by the time I got downtown, it wasn't snowing. Also, the subway wasn't working properly. So I ended up improvising and not making the video I wanted to make, but I still made a video. It's all good. But we had snow earlier, or we had, I almost said earlier in the week, but we had snow last week. It is Sunday. We have a brand new week upon us. There's where Metrolinx has demolished an entire block, pretty much. Not known for particularly good land use. That's part of the Ontario Line construction. And I'm going to have to keep talking through here as we are walking past some very loud Greek music. They're always blasting it from this Athens restaurant and tavern. Sugarcane brunch, 10 a.m. to 2:30, mimosas, sangrias, and more. But they didn't put the price. You're supposed to lure people in with like a good price on those things. So we are on the East End. I used to meet my friends regularly at this place, the Momo House. Nice. I've spoken highly of it, but this property has been secured because they stopped paying rent. Usually that's what happens. So the landlord is locked out of their own place, or not the landlord, the tenant. Commercial property doesn't fall under the same rules and protections as residential. So you fall behind, you get the boot. Urination says your credit card got compromised the other day and the dude went to a place on Danforth called Chopsticks. It's important to have alerts on whatever banking you have your credit card through or bank. I get TD Visa alerts instantly whenever I purchase anything. And every once in a while I get an alert for like a recurring payment I don't recognize or something. And it freaks me out. And then I look into it. And I realize, oh yeah, that was me. I forgot to cancel something. Good afternoon. John Burke is here. Janice S. is here. Kiborn Park Christmas Market. Live pro wrestling, Greektown wrestling. Serious stuff. Yeah, Evan, it was often empty, but service was really good. The Momo was excellent. There's a dad locking up his bikes with his two kids. Taco Bell, new addition to the neighborhood. You say get rid of those bike lanes? How about we get rid of the stupid people who think we should get rid of the bike lanes? They've increased local business, reduced injuries and death. They've done nothing to add to congestion. Listening to Doug Ford talk about removing them is kind of like someone trying to convince you the earth is flat. They have absolutely no evidence on their side. Just a bunch of shit they pulled out of their butt, but people were dumb enough to vote for him, so I guess they're dumb enough to believe that rhetoric. Yeah, let's cross here. We'll be going by a nice little park area. Novell Koss is here. Good afternoon, Novell Koss. This place has an awesome Taco Tuesday deal. Mexican sushi, the Sinaloa factory. That Baskin Robbins just remodeled and it's closed. Oh, closed for renovations once again. This place is pretty good. Pizza Libretto. Rereading? Never really noticed this shop before. Yeah, Evan, it's all just a giant grift. Yeah, Drew, it would make sense. You think January, February might be peak time to close. People still might be buying ice cream cakes. Hey, Action Kid is here. We're about to walk by a restaurant you went to, Astoria. Says, look at all the traffic those bike lanes are causing. You know what would speed traffic up? Get rid of the on-street parking. That's the single biggest culprit for congestion. It's absolutely ridiculous. People parking their 2-ton personal property on a public street when there's tons of parking lots around the corner. That's something big cities all around the world have been getting rid of, but not us. Greetings, Kaplan. Oh, there's a Santa in here. Winter in Greektown. Lantern making workshops. Hot music for cold nights. Santa Claus is coming to Greektown this weekend at the Alexander the Great Parquet. I don't want to get too close, but how awesome is that? Action Kid says, nice Christmas tree and Greek columns. You put up a pretty awesome video. Is it Diker Heights? One of the neighborhoods that goes all out at Christmas in New York? Check that out on Action Kid's channel. It's good to see you back up and exploring on 2 feet. Sit on Santa's lap. I feel like maybe I should do a new thumbnail to this video using this area.
We were having a conversation last week.
Let me get my camera ready here. All right, new thumbnail achieved.
want to go sit with her?
Hey, we got over 300 viewers already. Thank you so much, guys. Not sure when I'll be live next. Probably tonight at 8 a.m. on the Johnny Stumbles channel. Here's Mezis in their new digs. And the place that brought me to this neighborhood is across the street. I just had their French toast stack. 2 very large pieces of French toast. Actually, it was 6 slices in total. Well, 6 half slices, so I guess you do the math on that. 2 pieces of bacon, 2 sausages, scrambled eggs. It was something like 1,400 calories. $17.99, fantastic deal, great food. It's just an old school breakfast place. I highly recommend it. There's one down near Queen and Spadina. And they've got like a $6.99 breakfast deal, Mondays through Fridays, 7 to 9. There's the Momo Hut. There's still 2 Momo restaurants left in Greektown. I haven't been to that one. And Action Kid might remember this place. I think he said it was pretty good. Astoria. During the pandemic, I ordered some takeout from there. And it wasn't very good, but you can't judge a restaurant by its takeout so much. Especially if it's primarily a sit-down restaurant. Hey, we got Santa Claus at Trinacria. Coffee is always a good idea. Action Kid says Astoria is coming up, named after Astoria in Queens, New York City. There it is. We walked by with Ken. Me and the Kens we did a trio of walks. We started at Yonge and Bloor. And we walked all the way, I think, to like Main Street Station. We carved it up into 3 videos. And when Action Kid saw that restaurant, he knew instantly where he was going for lunch after. I think that's when he went. Mike Lars's coffee. I've already had a coffee and a tea this morning. I had a coffee when I woke up. And I had a tea. Oh, I know someone working in there at that bookstore. We're going to keep moving. It's a little Christmassy down here. Oh, it's Mike Larry. Oh, that's a funky Y. Is it Mike Larry? The old art of tying a tree to your roof. This restaurant across the street, Chiang Mai, I will say that place is legit. They have a khao soi that's as good as you'll get at Sukhothai or Pai. They've got a really good pad krapao. So if you're in the area and you're seeking Thai, huge thumbs up to that restaurant, Chiang Mai.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's a multi-faith market going on in there, apparently. Ainsworth says T-minus 2 months until your visit. Action Kid says the Thai food in Toronto is just as good as Thailand. This might be like the place to get Asian food outside of that continent. I've often heard the best Chinese food in the world is in Markham, a suburb just north of here. But there's a lot of excellent Chinese and Taiwanese food in the city. The problem is, though, it's a lot more expensive than you would get it in Thailand. But that's to be expected. I remember having Thai food in Belgium. I was just kind of tired of eating local food. And not only was it way more expensive than here, but it was nowhere near as good. That might have just been the restaurant I went to, but we are definitely spoiled for a really good international cuisine here. Speaking of Chinese food, we went to what Action Kid called, I think, the best dim sum he's ever had a few weeks ago. A restaurant down on Harbourfront. I forget the name, Pearl something or other. And Henry from Toronto Tech and Transit invited a lot of, or some of the other Toronto YouTubers and viewers. And it was a fantastic meal. The BXL says Belgium. Thank you. Pearl Harbourfront. Thank you, AK, for the reminder. Pearl Harbourfront. And you get a nice view of the lake, too. There's a pretty good restaurant, Factory Girl. My favorite in this area is one called Sidebar. There's Z80, an arcade bar. Look at that, it's a highboy. Don't want to give you PTSD, Action Kid. That's the scooter. That isn't so pothole friendly. Oh, there's an event going on. December 8th, Riverdale Share, doors open, 2:30. It is 2:36. Look at all the people lined up. I'm on the wrong side of the street. I don't know what event that is, but they're lined up pretty far down. got security working the line. Stella S says hello from Vancouver. Hello, and hello Jeffrey Wu. Someone says I sure go to a lot of restaurants. Well, I sure don't know how to cook. I bought some pancake mix a few weeks back. And basically, I made 5 hockey pucks. I mean, they were very good hockey pucks, but pancakes, they were not. Greetings, Mark Lang. There's the Edmund Burke. So we're gonna keep going here. Or should we go south and cut through Riverdale Park? What do you guys want? Do you want to go south and walk through Riverdale Park, or do you want to go west on the Bloor Viaduct? I'll let you guys choose.
Don't work.
Riverdale Park? He just said I'm going to beat up a tall white guy. Well, that's not me. I'm not that tall. What do you guys want? Riverdale Park or the Bloor Viaduct? Yeah, you sit there, deranged mental patient, saying you're going to beat people up walking by. Daniel says Riverdale. Go through the park. All right, I guess we're going through the park. So we're going south down Broadview. Might have to change the title of this.
They can open it.
That used to be a Loblaws. Now it's a No Frills. The No Frills down by Carlaw and Gerard closed. Janice, you think you bought that pancake mix? I thought I followed the instructions to a T, but that pancake batter was so thick. It was more like when you put cookies on a baking tray. Dwayne D says apparently there's a path behind the supermarket. Yes, I did a hidden Toronto video once following that path. Morningstar East. Some cute homes. As mentioned, we're going to be cutting through the park. I imagine the next time I'll be this way on a live stream will be after a snowfall and there's some tobogganing going on. Alright, let's make these drivers stop here. There's someone getting some intense cardio in. Patrick says you've never been to Toronto, but you'd like to go someday? I say go for it. David Warren! Trying to like it. There we go. David Warren, $30. Thank you so much, David Warren, for the support. It's good to see you here as we go south down Broadview Avenue. I'm going to be heading west through Riverdale Park East, and then we'll be crossing the Don River and heading into Riverdale Park West. And then wandering over into Cabbagetown, where I haven't been through since a Halloween live stream. It's always a beautiful neighborhood. Then maybe we'll take Carlton or Gerrard or something like that over. I don't really know. Patrick's been to Niagara Falls on the US side last June.
No, we're not doing that trip, but we're walking.
I'm not a huge fan of the US side. It's nice, you get kind of a view. Jan says more cooking with Johnny. More how not to cook. There's an ice rink down there. And some good old Canadian hockey. And on a completely unrelated note, what do you guys think of the name Toronto Tempo? We got a WNBA team coming to town. And they went with alliteration for the name. And a very old school logo that looks kind of like the Indiana Pacers logo. I think it's something that'll grow on us and it won't sound as dumb over time, but right now, I don't know. They wanted alliteration. The Toronto Talons, which also ties into the Raptors, was right there. And they went for Tempo. I really dislike the logo, but I don't hate the name. I just think it could have been better. But even when I was a kid, and I liked Jurassic Park, I thought Raptors sounded childish at the time. But it grows on you and you get used to it. So we'll see. One day we'll be maybe buying throwback jerseys of the current one. I think Toronto Huskies would have been cool. The first ever what became modern National Basketball League or Association game was between the Toronto Huskies and the New York Knickerbockers. That would have been a nice nod to the history of basketball in the city. Lee says Raptors is a cool name. Yeah, I really couldn't imagine them named anything else. The second most leading name at the time was the Toronto Towers. Back when they had that Name the Team contest. But Raptors won out, and we got that goofy, childish Raptors logo. But people are now fond of that. Talon as in claw? Talon as in, do the chickens have large talons? That good old Napoleon Dynamite quote. Oh well, I'm probably going to go to a game just to see what it's all about. That's one thing with the big three sports teams here. Well, particularly the Leafs and Raptors, they're not very accessible to a lot of people. They're very expensive. They're often sold out. The days of like sitting in the Sprite Zone for cheap are gone. You used to be able to go to the Blue Jays for peanuts. Now that's much more expensive. Argos and FC, not such a challenge to go to, but it's good that there's alternatives. For hockey, there's the Marlies, you can see at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. And there's a new professional women's hockey league team. I think they're the Toronto Scepters. I think they play at Ryerson. At least it says Go Sports. Hey, options are good. The more options, the better. I'm all for it. Also, what's cool, a league my brother used to play in, the Inter-County Baseball League, a semi-professional league. Toronto has a team, the Maple Leafs, that play at Christie Pitts. I think the first ever female in a professional baseball league is playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. She's coming over from Japan. That's pretty cool stuff. That league plays in pretty good minor league-esque stadiums, except for Toronto, where it's free at Christie Pitts. I was reading about that online, and I was like, cool. Credence says the Scepters play at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Oh, that makes sense. Donkey Ball says Toronto Striders. The logo could be me walking. Wouldn't it be me doing like chin-ups or something? Monkey bars. There's that famous skyline view. Greetings, Cam. Carmageddon, we're gonna walk right through the park. And we're gonna end up in Cabbagetown. Jim says the weather is cool for walking. I don't disagree with you. Silver CS, you got YouTube Premium. That's the way to go. We know you can't do chin-ups, Johnny. Hey, can too. I can do about 14 or 15 from a dead hang. Up drastically from the 0 I could do this spring. And I can do about 8 or 9 pull-ups. This is where Kenny vs. Spenny, who they had a show last night at the Phoenix in Toronto. I kind of wish I went to that. But they had one of their episodes was based on who can run or who can win a race. I think a 10-kilometer race, and they held it at this track. That was an episode where Kenny faked his mom's death and sent Spenny up to the funeral. Then Kenny came here and started working on his laps. He still ended up losing. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's having the time of his life, that's for sure. I like how you still get a pretty cool view from down here. Evan says Toronto was voted as having the most Instagrammable skyline. It's certainly pretty awesome. Silver CS, $20. Any chances of going to the zoo? Silver CS, thank you for the $20. Much appreciated. I went to the zoo in a live stream earlier, but we'll at least walk alongside it. How was that? But thank you so much for the $20. I don't really have the 20 minutes or so to spare walking through it. That'll throw the rest of my day out of balance. But we'll take a close look at it. Maybe go in the entrance area. But yeah, there's a zoo at Riverdale Farm. Thank you so much for the support. This hill here, a former landfill. And back in the 80s, when the Blue Jays were looking for a site to build the Sky Dome, this came up. You don't really have easy access to the Don Valley here. It's not as easy as you might think. But there is a subway line. No parking. That wouldn't be a problem in 2024, but back then it would have been a problem. I think the Sky Dome's location now is pretty much perfect. Oh, what is all this? It looks like it's fenced off. Hopefully they haven't blocked access to the other Riverdale Park. I was not aware of that when we came this way. Well, that would sure suck. This lane is closed, so crews under the bridge can work safely. Oh, I think we can still get up there. Marge, $5 for a hot chocolate emergency. I don't know about that use of the word emergency, but that'll be definitely useful on the way home. Thank you, Marge, for the $5. Brisson Mundane, $2.79. Greetings from Saskatoon, Johnny. All the way from Saskatoon, a city I've never been to. I've never been to Saskatchewan. I've been over it by plane, but I'll have to go check out the prairie someday. Thank you so much. Been to the East Coast, been to the West Coast. But prairies I have not. You may not always see workers because they are working. It's a weird sign. That's the Don Valley Parkway. Have I visited New York City? Yes, I was there during the pandemic. I think I went there summer of 2021. I met Action Kid. We hung out together. I appeared in a video of his in a live stream. George, is that... I believe that's €3. Thank you so much, George, for the support. Thank you very much. As we look out over the Don River. Flowing into a newly reconfigured mouth and emptying out into the lake. Oh my, did they ever have to do a number rebuilding the trail? That is closed. Vivian Johnson for a hot chocolate emergency in case you have 2 emergencies or late fees. You're the one who's supposed to charge and collect late fees, but thank you so much, Vivian Johnson, for the $5. I've now got 2 hot chocolate emergencies covered. Thank you, Vivian. There's Bayview Avenue. Thank you so much for the support, guys. And sorry that live stream on Friday cut out. I went down to use the restroom at the waterworks and I couldn't recover my signal. Used to play in a co-ed softball league. The kind of league where you'd have a beer in your bag, and we would often play at this field. And Silver CS was mentioning the zoo. The zoo is straight ahead. If this gate were open, we could march right up into the zoo. Mega Tokyo's here. Greetings as we walk through Riverdale Park, making our way into Cabbagetown. So look east. This park is basically a giant off-leash zone. Not officially, but a lot of people take their dogs here and let them roam around. All right, we're gonna have to march up a hill in a second. And I think this used to be the infield, but they removed the backstop. This is a popular toboggan spot when it's snowy out. They've still got home plate. There's public restrooms that are probably locked up. Babe Ruth calling his shot to left field. He hits it over the Hennick Bridgepoint Hospital. Hey, fun fact, Babe Ruth hit his first ever professional home run in Toronto. This is a good calf exercise, walking up the hill backwards. Oh, I'm feeling it. Feeling it a little too much. This is burning. Whew. Says it's a nice day outside. I'm gonna regret walking up this backwards. Why did I think this would be easy? Oh man, this is killing. I don't really feel it in my calves anymore. It's more in my thighs. I could have walked forward up this. No problem. Whew. Ta-da! I did the not so impressive feat. I am thoroughly exhausted and out of breath. It's that whole using muscles that you don't normally use in a way you don't normally use them. Seemingly easy task. Oh man, my thighs are on fire. If you think that was easy, go try it yourself. Whew. So this is Riverdale Farm on the right. Silver CS says, what a workout, was impressive to me. Might have been somewhat impressive if I didn't stop to complain about it. We can see some moo cows coming up. They're sniffing each other's butts. They've got like a surprisingly big area to themselves. I mean, minuscule compared to being in the wild, I'm sure, but I think there was a baby goat that was stolen from here. Probably turned into someone's meal. I'm not a fan of capital punishment, but if you're going to do that from a public zoo, I could look the other way. Speaking of which, I watched the movie Juror Number 2. What a fantastic movie. Highly recommend it. Yeah, I really wish the police went all out to find who took that animal. Sadly, I don't think the laws would really allow to punish them that much, but they should at least be named and shamed, because that is a horrific thing to do. All right, we'll take a look at the horses and we'll get moving. He doesn't seem okay for some reason. Do you think he's like, help me, help me? This guy too, just chilling. Hey buddy. Word of the day says you have some goat. The freezer, it wasn't you. You got it from Walmart. Beautiful animals. Yeah, there's a whole zoo here. I explored it in the summer. I'll come back. And we'll walk through here again. It's definitely big and worth checking out. Oh, we have a goose up here. There's some goats. Some lambs or sheep or whatever the hell you want to call them over there. And there is the necropolis. That's where Jack Layton, the late husband of the mayor of this city, lays to rest. Lays to rest? Is that good English? I don't know. Fancy ass public washroom. Welcome to Riverdale Farm. Visiting hours 9 to 5. Feeding the animals is strictly prohibited. No dogs or pets of any kind. They could have just put no pets of any kind. I'm sure coyotes and foxes end up in there though. Oh no! Lost. Do not chase. Castle Frank and Bloor. Text a picture. Hopefully they have turned up. It's always sad when a family member gets away like that. I hope they're reunited. I know a lot of people are putting air tags on their dog collars these days. It's a good idea to check the batteries of those every now and then and make sure they're still working. I think a proper chip is still the way to go, but that's better than nothing. Listen to me talk about stuff I have no idea what I'm talking about. Here's Sumac Street. And Winchester. Maybe we'll just take Winchester over to Parliament, eh? This is the Cabbagetown neighborhood. There's some absolutely stunning Victorian homes here. Look at this. Home of Daniel Lamb, businessman, city father, founder of Toronto's first zoo, 1842 to 1920. Imagine living in that downtown. Let's cross back over. There's more interesting homes on this side. Oop. They say dogs separately so it covers service dogs. Oh, that is smart. I didn't think of that. A lot of people are buying like restraints from Amazon or like collars that say service dog on it, just so they can get into bringing their dogs into places where they don't belong. And a lot of businesses don't question it. Look at this. Some beautiful old homes here. Most of them have heritage status. This is North America's largest collection of Victorian homes. Where you going, buddy? Look at that little smart car. Ask an American to vote. Votefromabroad.org. Hey, the message is good. Seems nonpartisan.
Oh, okay.
So we're heading towards Parliament. So I'm going to make my way over towards Yonge. Do you guys want me to take Carlton Street or Gerrard Street? What do you say, Carlton or Gerrard? There's the Winchester Theatre. It's a very calm, peaceful neighborhood. Funwa says you wish they built homes like this today. I didn't know this, but a lot of the homes in like the 1920s and 30s were from mail order catalogs. Sears used to have an extensive collection of homes you could just buy, and they would ship you all the materials along with IKEA-like instructions. And these weren't like small little homes either. Some of them were quite fantastic, and they're quite coveted in some real estate markets. And there were a number of other mail order catalog homes as well. That was back when people were a lot handier than they are today. And I think you would get your stuff and you would just find some local contractors and handymen. You'd pay them and they'd build the home that you ordered from a catalog. Pretty neat stuff. Lisa says 99PI has an episode about that. I saw something about that somewhere. That's why I'm doing a shitty job recalling it, but I know it's a thing. And I think they did spread into Canada as well. There must be some in Toronto. As we go south down Parliament. Oh, Zach McNally voted for Gerard. Sally says Carlton.
Careful of your dog, mate.
Funwow says Carlton. Johnny's Package says Carlton. Anna says Gerard. Jellybean says Carlton.
People are able to like.
Victor Carlton. Marge Carlton. Patrick Carlton. Looks like Carlton is winning. Just a reminder, I'm probably going live tonight around 8 p.m. on the Johnny Stumbles channel. That means I probably won't be live on this channel tomorrow, but you never know.
Johnny Straits.
Hey Alex, how's it going?
What's going on, man? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I knew I would run into you.
You scared me.
Sorry about that.
Where you coming from?
I came from Castle Frank Station because I did a walking video on Richmond Street all the way to Parliament, but I hopped on the Parliament bus to Castle Frank, and then I heard the announcement that there's no subway service between Broadview and St. George due to a security incident. Of course, they kept saying shuttle buses were running, but guess what? There won't be coming.
Yeah, it's better just to wait on the platform when that happens.
That's what I tried to do. And when I checked your stream, it said, and then I saw that you were coming this way from Riverdale Park. I was like, I'm not far. I can kill some time. I'm not even in a rush. So
where are you going?
I have no idea. I really have no idea. I was gonna head to Ossington Station, but
to do what? Make a video?
Nah, maybe to head home. I don't know. But I'm not even in a big rush. You're nearby, so.
Jellybean says that AirTag in Johnny's backpack strikes again. You're gonna have to make a Johnny's backpack account. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is just go along Carlton for a bit.
All right. I haven't been on Carlton in a little bit.
Hey, we hit our step goal, 11,328. So the last time I walked along this one was on Halloween. I went to Church Street. Were you at that event?
No, I wanted to go out. I wanted to go, but I was way too tired. So I was like watching Henry and Sapan stream. I was like in bed. I was very tired as hell. So I made 2 videos today. I just started my 3rd one. Walking west on Carlton Street.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking. That place is new.
Yeah.
Makaku Udon Bar.
Oh, really?
I like some udon. I'm gonna have to check that out. Just wait for some people to walk by. Anna says, Johnny, you gotta try Makaku Udon over on Carlton Street. So good and cute staff. LOL. Well, and I can't comment on that second part, but I will comment because it's subjective and it's not kind to make judgments about people like that. I'm just kidding. But I'm sure I will agree with you. We'll give it a try. There's Stout. That place is excellent. Stout Irish pub. And you'll notice a lot of those Cabbagetown Victorian homes are still along here. Oh, I never noticed that.
Oh, me neither. Me neither. Look at that, guys.
We got an old school
Wow.
gas pump. Jillian says cloudy, gray weather we're having. Yeah, it's kind of overcast. Walk-in custom tattoos.
I'm here with legendary Johnny Stripes. I'm doing our live stream right now. The only reason why I came back here is because I was at Castle Frank Station. It said no subway service between Broadview and St. George due to a security incident. And after waiting on the platform, I just had to give up, hop on the 65, and here I am with him. Not even too far, so. And I thought I would make a spur of the moment video here because I don't often get to walk on this street. So again, we're in the park called Cabbagetown right now.
Word of the day, think you did CPR around here? Cabbagetown Chiropractic Center.
Cabbagetown is known for their Victorian, the beautiful preserved collection of Victorian housing here. I did a video around here back on Halloween, well, October 29th. That was like 2 days before Halloween. And here I am walking west on a pretty cloudy day. I'm in no rush, so decided to kill some time.
There's some neat art.
This is Ontario streets.
Word of the day says I just passed it. That's neat. Ontario Street here starts at Bloor Street, but it gets interrupted a few times, but it goes south all the way down to Moss Park.
Oh, that I didn't know.
It's not continuous. It is as a pedestrian, but not if you're driving.
Oh, okay.
And that used to be a pub. And the owners were quite vocal about getting fucked over with the pandemic restrictions. And there is an izakaya. Lisa says, missed it. Oops. YMB says, how old are the houses? Most of these are late 1800s.
Yeah, very, very old. Very old.
But coming up will be Maple Leaf Gardens at some point. Patrick says, what's the nearest town outside of Toronto with a peaceful town? I don't know about peaceful. Maybe someone in the comments can answer that.
There's a squirrel over there. And he's going up on the tree.
Yeah, Philip.
And another one.
I don't disagree with that.
He's going to come this way.
Hey, that's neat. Someone is charging their EV right on the street.
Oh, wow.
It's a Polestar 2.
And there's a nice mural of a steam train. On the side here.
Robert Armstrong, $2. Alex Snipes around TO.
That's a clever cut.
That is correct, Robert. Thank you so much for the $2. An apt description. There's the 506 Carlton.
Yep. There I am. There I am with Johnny. Sniped up on him. While the subway is still shut down.
So we've made it to Sherburne Street. We're gonna head into the Garden District. I walked through Allen Gardens in a video I did last week. Johnny, why are the houses only brown color? Probably just the style at the time. I don't really know. Might have to do with what was available at the local quarries. Cam asking, is my hat new? I've had this one for several months now.
Microphone,
Catherine says no church, no snow. Kitchener has lots.
and there's more squirrels over there. As Donnie just mentioned, there's the Allen Garden. Here this time. We have a lot of them. So they're installing some new traffic lights here in Elmwood. Never noticed that. You know, it takes time.
All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll finish up maybe at College Park. How does that sound? Patrick would love to try the poutine. Yeah, that's true, Carolyn. And they're all from like the same era, so that kind of makes sense. Oh. It's like an Amazon guy with a ton of stuff on his bike. $1 per call.
Oh, look at that. I have a payphone here.
We'll do the. I wonder how many times a day that gets checked for change. Probably dozens.
Nah. I don't necessarily do that.
Alright, I hear sirens, but I don't see them. Oh, it's an ambulance coming this way.
Oh, looks like it turned off somewhere. I think that's Jarvis coming up as well.
Evan, $20. Hot chocolates are fun, but this one's for your next pint. Got your back, Johnny. Evan, thank you so much for the $20. Much appreciated.
Nice.
I had myself a pint on Friday night with dinner, and I had a beer last night at the Heidelau Hot Pot on Yonge Street. Thank you so much, Evan.
Nice.
And I'm glad that Hot Pot finally got their liquor license. But I've always kind of talked about how affordable it was, but it was not what I remembered it last night. I'm sure Lisa could tell us who the artist is on the mural here painted on the side of the old Primrose Hotel, now the student residence for TMU, formerly Ryerson. Mike Landry's here. Greetings, Mike Landry. Word of the day says popular grade school joke, they're coming for you. I think that's just a universal joke whenever sirens are heard, but it doesn't work so well when it's an ambulance. It's more of a police thing.
I don't understand universal jokes. Kind of hard to talk to. My opinion. Here's Jarvis.
I'm gonna pull over for a second here.
All right. No worries.
It's like,
There's way too many people here. I don't even know
yeah. Wheatland, $10. Wheatland, celebrate their first ever super chat on a live stream. Hello, Wheatland. Thank you so much. And Ready Eddie in the chat says,
hey,
Evan,
Ready.
cheers. Thanks for supporting Johnny. Greetings, Ready Eddie.
Whenever follow vlog.
Lisa says, dude, putting you on the spot. I don't know, Lisa. That one, That's one of those things where sometimes I'll have the name of the artist on the tip of my tongue because I've researched it before for walks, and sometimes I'll just pull a complete blank.
Very tricky
I think
though.
it's a Spanish sounding name who did that. I almost want to say Juan, but I could be completely off as we get to Jarvis Street.
I wouldn't know either.
Okuda San says, there we go, Okuda San. A very vibrant splash of color, a much needed vibrant splash of color on a gray,
definitely.
gloomy day.
Very,
And you'll notice Jarvis Street has a reversible center lane here. Thank you, Lisa. No worries, ready? I still haven't bumped into you. I've run into just about everyone else. The only time I met Tara, though, I had to run out of my apartment on her epic live stream.
Oh yeah, yep, that's the live stream she did all the way from Newmarket down here.
Okuda San Miguel, actually, says Lisa. That's probably why I had it as a Spanish sounding name in my head. San Miguel is the name of a popular beer from the Philippines.
Now we're on
And if you wonder what I drink when I'm in that part of the world, usually it's a San Miguel Light. That's kind of my go-to. Speaking of go-to, here's a place that is not a go-to for me. Let's see, does Alex know what this place is?
I mean, I've never been before.
You should go in. You might have to turn your camera off.
Oh no.
You know what it is?
I know that might be
That's
like
the
a griddle down
famous
here.
Oasis Aqua Lounge.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Reddy says, you briefly caught me on your live stream last Tuesday at Bay and Bloor.
Yeah, I heard of that place.
Well, there's a legendary Toronto stop. Heard it's a little bit easier to get in there if you are female, not so easy if you're a dude.
Wow.
You can do your own research on that. Jellybean says Oasis Aqua Lounge. But there's a reason why those windows are tinted out.
It's not like
That's the type of place when I used to work in commercial insurance, we'd sit down and be like, which company is insuring that? But those places are actually good insurance risks because people are less likely to sue them or take anything public if anything happens in there, just because they don't want their name publicly associated with the place. The same reason a lot of those underground massage parlors get commercial insurance policies.
We are at Church Streets.
Mike Larry asks, what's a reversible lane? Well, the center lane changes direction based on traffic flow. I forget which way is which, but during rush hour it goes one way, then during the morning rush hour it goes one way, during the afternoon rush hour it goes another way.
There is the historic.
Robert Armstrong points out it was actually owned by the famous Toronto Massey family. The building or while it was operating as Oasis Aqua Lounge.
Okay.
That's a place I imagine your kneecap might meet a crowbar if you tried to sneak a camera in there. And for good reason. As we walk by the former Maple Leaf Gardens, which was purchased by Loblaws turned into a supermarket. They elevated the rink, and that became home to the Ryerson Rams hockey team. Later renamed the TMU Bulls, and what I maintain is the dumbest sports team name of all time. I know there's a few viewers who might disagree with that. That's fair, a name is subjective.
He's like, are you studying? And I'm like, yeah.
Wow. Patrick asking if I'm in downtown now. Yes.
Yes, we've been in downtown, actually. This is always downtown. Next up, Young Streets.
It's Holiday Inn. I briefly dated a flight attendant who worked for Cathay Pacific, and when they came in from Hong Kong, this is where they would stay.
Wow, interesting.
You think they would get like a hotel by the airport, but no, they bust them in downtown. They'd stay here for a night, turn around, and fly back the next day. Clayton Crawford is here. Author and longtime viewer extraordinaire Clayton Crawford.
Oh, I remember.
Hey, what movies are playing here? Moana, Y2K, The Martini Shot, Werewolves. You'll get a mix of new and old movies. $5. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Batman Returns.
Wow. We're walking towards College Park.
I'm gonna sneeze, guys. One sec.
Oh. Bless you.
Lucas says, "Hi Johnny, it's Lucas. I'm a big fan of your subway system." Question: is it still the T1 on line 2, or is it line 2 still uses the old trains?
Yes, line 2. They use the T1 trains from the mid '90s to the early 2000s.
But there will be newer trains coming to line 2. They just got an injection of funding.
Oh, they're still running shuttle buses here. Line 1. I guess they still haven't resolved that security incident.
Oh no, line 1 shuttle bus.
Yeah, that's why it's so freaking busy here.
But I don't see any northbound shuttle buses.
When I was at Castle Frank, I only saw a eastbound shuttle bus, so that was it.
So what is close between what and what?
Yeah, so when I was at Castle Frank, they said it's closed between Broadview and St. George. And then I got a notification on my phone that line 1 is also closed between College and St. Clair. And then I got another notification saying that there might be a suspicious package at Gloria.
Are you? Well, these shuttle buses are empty. Well, that's no good.
Yeah.
That is no good.
Well, at least I'm not taking the side.
And the fun thing is Uber and Lyft will have expensive pricing in effect.
Yeah. Now we're walking south
Lisa says no service between St. Clair West and King. Yeah, that's a weekend
that's
closure. That's
a planned closure. I took the shuttle bus yesterday. Yeah, we're doing track work on that side, line 1. This closure was just sudden. It just happened.
No, I think line 1's operating properly because these shuttle buses are empty. Okay, I'm gonna go check out the ice rink here.
Oh, it's already open. When I was here 2 weeks ago, it wasn't.
This is College Park. You can get some skate rentals in there. There's a food court just in there, a few supermarkets, College Station. Anna says, you think I deserve? Does anyone ever deserve IKEA hot dogs?
I mean, I've never.
But I came by here on a stream last week trying to capture some ice skating and it wasn't open yet.
There we go. Skating in action here. Going to Sunday.
Greetings, Will Lee.
And I think that's Bay up ahead as well.
Oops, someone just ate it. Well, I think that's about that, guys. We're gonna wrap this one up. Lucas says you have the Samsung Ultra. I know that because this guy of the universe has an S22 Ultra. I have an S24 Ultra. But I want to thank everyone who tuned in. I want to thank our mods for their good work, channel members, Patreon supporters, and everyone else. It is much appreciated. Apparently, you guys are saying lag city. Is the stream lagging? Looks okay to me. Need some trees lining the path, but there'll be a video tomorrow morning, probably 9 a.m. EST. All right, thank you so much, guys. And I will catch you on the next one.
Hey guys.
Yoink.
Hey Johnny. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Still alive.
Oh, you just said it?
No, I'm still alive.
Oh.
Thompson. Aiden Thompson McGuire. Thank you so much, Aiden Thompson McGuire, for the super chat. Came in right at the very, very end there, but good thing I still have the stream still going. So thank you so much, Aiden Thompson. There's
Yep, I just made a video with Johnny.
Alex gets around to you.
Yep.
Thank you so much for another live stream. Evan says it was really fun. Had a great time.
Yeah.
Please get home safe. Thank you.
Dog.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Aiden Thompson. All right, I'm really going to end the stream now. I'm hand holding it with my other app. Auto and enabled.